Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chehalis, where it is time to wrap this one up with the Aldersons Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. I am Matthew King, joined alongside Tony Davila. We just watched an absolute thriller. The WF West Bearcats, in 7 rounds of PKs, win in penalty kicks 5-4 to take the match 1-0 and get a very, very much needed win for the Bearcats. That is huge as they hand Tumwater their first league loss as well, an absolute thriller.
What a game. Neither team could take advantage of the other. Both had chances. WF West had a few more than Tumwater did, but nobody able to score in regulation or in either overtime period, and a shootout happened, and what a shootout it was.
Yeah, and let's talk about the regulation, because both teams had opportunities. WF West definitely had more and better opportunities. The Tumwater keepers, though, stepped up in a big way, coming up with some very, very clutch saves, because the Bearcats, they were getting through the Tumwater defense. They just couldn't cash in, and the wet grass seemed to have a little bit of an issue. Bearcats overrunning the ball, slipping a little bit, costing them a few more opportunities that they just weren't able to actually put the ball in the back of the net until we got to PKs.
Yeah, WF West had a 7-3 corner kick differential throughout the game. Couldn't get anything to go off of the set pieces. And as you said, there were a couple of times where it looked like WF West was going to have a clear opening, a nice run on goal, and it would be either a slip or just an overrun of the ball that led to them not being able to get the finish and get the goal in regulation.
And for Tumwater, of course, missing some key players. We got to put that out there. But they showed a lot of heart. They showed the depth of this team. They went up there against a very good Bearcat squad, and they hung with them the entire time. Didn't quite get those shot attempts, but again, they're not used to playing on natural grass, so that might have had some sort of impact. But I think you learned a lot about the heart and depth of this Tumwater squad. There's no questioning that this team's good enough to go on a run and get to the state tournament.
Yeah, they played very well. Had to throw in some different players out there, different formations, and to force it to be an overtime game against a very good WF West team at WF West. That is a big thing for Tumwater, but falling short and getting their first league loss of the year.
And again, 7 rounds of PKs, 14 shots were fired. Every single one was on frame. You don't see that too often in penalty kicks. Let's go ahead and get to our MVPs of this one. First, for our visiting team MVP, brought to you by Pacific Sports Spa in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Spa can get you back in the game in a hurry and is the leader in rapid recovery. Go get yourself game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. For Tumwater, they had a couple of players really step up in big ways, but I think we both agree that it's got to go to the goalie who played his heart out, especially in that penalty kick shootout.
Yeah, Lucas Stewart will be the player of the game for Tumwater. A.J. Heichelbeck played really well. The other player, like Koki Shibata, I thought he played a really, really good game for Tumwater. But with how Stewart played in the second half, being peppered with shots and making 2 saves in the shootout, I thought he played really well.
And also got to give some love to Levi Tellers, who played very well on the back line for Tumwater, but congratulations to Lucas Stewart. Now for our home team MVP, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. For WF West, once again, we got to go with the goalie, Hayden Sierra, stepping up in a big way. 3 saves in the penalty kick shootout, stepping up in regulation and in overtime, not allowing everything, but it was the leadership from him, communicating with his defense, letting them know where he wanted them when he was going to push out and get the ball. Just really showed his leadership and his talent at that goalie position.
Yeah, there were a couple of times where he called everybody off. Everybody on the back line knows who's in charge back there, and it was Sierra that was the one that was pointing directions, making sure that nothing got by that back line of the Bearcats.
So congratulations to both Lucas Stewart and Hayden Sierra. I believe we also got an interview with Hayden Sierra that we'll be posting on our social medias at Your ESN and on our website. Keep an eye out for that tomorrow.
We gave shout-outs for Tumwater. Gideon Priest played a great game along with Cody Pennington. Both of them really solid for the WF West Bearcats, along with that back line, and Madrigal played really well.
Israel Lopez Cruz also stepped up really in the second half. It was just really everyone played extremely well in this one, but it's the WF West Bearcats handing the Tumwater Thunderbirds their first league loss, winning the penalty kick shootout 5-4 for the 1-0 victory. Next up for the Bearcats, they will be in non-league action on Thursday as they travel to La Center, while Tumwater, they got a tough road game on Friday, visiting a very, very red-hot Rochester squad. That is going to be an exciting one there as well. That'll do it, though, for this edition of High School Soccer here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. The WF West Bearcats knock off the Tumwater Thunderbirds here tonight in PKs 5-4 for a 1-0 victory. For my partner, Tony Davila, I am Matthew King. We hope to see you down the road for more high school sports here on the Eli and NFHS Networks. Have a good rest of your night.